Hello everybody, it is Emery48 here and welcome back to another video. This is the new series I've talked about previously on this channel. I can't remember if it was January or December, but I've mentioned it before. I want to go through every day, and there is a website that will be in the description down below that lists every single national day or international day of something. So, for an example, today is the National Thank God It's Monday Day. Kind of a weird day, but I want to go through all these days and acknowledge them, celebrate them in whatever way they're supposed to. So this is going to be educational, I guess. We'll learn together what some of these days are and what they're for, and I'll go out and do them. Since I'm not doing daily uploads, I still wanted to have something daily to do, to think about towards YouTube and make a bigger project every month. So it'll come out on the 1st of every month. So now this is January's. For me, it's New Year's Day, which everybody pretty much knows what New Year's Day is. But I have a little rundown of what New Year's Day is. It's been a federal holiday in the United States since 1870. And it was first celebrated not on the same day, but by Babylonians 4,000 years ago. In ancient Rome, it used to fall in March when the Julian calendar was introduced in 45 BC. The new year was then moved to January 1st, following the new lunar calendar, and in observance of the Roman god Janus, who is linked to beginnings and endings. All the information on these days, by the way, are coming from the website linked in the description down below. That's where I'm getting all of my info for this stuff. We also have things that are month things. We have Dry January, we have Veganuary. Veganuary, I can tell you I'm not going to succeed in, because I know for New Year's Day dinner, I am spending it with family, and we're having some meat thing. So I'm going to fail that. I don't even really want to attempt that. Dry January, I'll go with. And one of the things that is today is National Bloody Mary Day. And I am okay with not having a Bloody Mary. And starting off Dry January. The next thing we have is the Emancipation Proclamation, which was issued by Abraham Lincoln on this day in 1863. Which is pretty cool. I didn't realize that was a New Year's Day thing. It announces that all persons held as slaves within the rebellious areas are, and henceforth, shall be free. It is the document that Lincoln utilized to free slaves and end slavery. So, that's pretty cool that that's today. I had no clue that the Emancipation Proclamation came out on January 1st. Another thing that it is today is National Hangover Day. It's not only New Year that is celebrated on the 1st of the year, but we also celebrate National Hangover Day on January 1st. If you have gone all out while celebrating New Year's Eve, like a lot of people do, this is your opportunity to sober up while celebrating. It's a good thing this day coincides with New Year's Day, as it allows people to stay home and nurse their headaches. People get this day off anyway. This day was established by a group of friends in Arkansas in 2015 while sitting together at a restaurant. Kind of just sounds like a bunch of college guys basically got together and made this up. Probably older than college, honestly, but it's not a day that I will be celebrating this year, as I was working New Year's Eve, so no hangover today. As I said before, it is also National Thank God It's Monday Day, and for me, Mondays are a great day. Mondays are normally the start of people's work weeks and a rough day, but it is the start of my weekend. It is my Saturday. My first day off in a week, and I don't mind a good Monday. We also have International Public Domain Day today. International Public Domain Day celebrates the lives of authors who have died many years ago and their available works in the public domain, so stuff not under copyright, which is pretty cool. I don't know if I necessarily know or own any books that would fall into that category. I probably do somewhere. But that's a neat little thing. It's also Frankenstein Day, and I don't really feel like reading Frankenstein, but I'll make sure to do some reading today to at least acknowledge the fact that it's a reading holiday. So I'll probably read some of the next Star Wars book that's going to be, well, for me right now coming out later, but for you probably already out. So I'll do some of that reading today. Moving forward now, it is January 2nd, and we have a couple of things going on today. First off, National Science Fiction Day, which is a pretty good day for me to read a little bit more in my book for Star Wars. And I'm currently reading Dark Disciple. Also today is World Introvert Day, which basically is just a day for you to relax after the holidays, which I will happily do that. I have today off, so I can kind of just chill out and not really interact with a whole lot of people. Easy. The final thing that is today is National Buffet Day. So I'm going to head off to a Golden Corral for lunch, and I'll give you a review and show you what I got. All right, so we hopped on over to Golden Corral for lunch, and here is a picture of my spread that I picked out. We got the pizza right on top, which was probably the best thing on the plate, really. It was not a good pizza by any means, but it had the right flavors, I guess, and it felt fresh. The meatloaf was probably the runner-up on the plate. It was warm, which was nice, and there was some barbecue sauce, which you can see pretty readily on the top, so that was decent. The mac and cheese was not the best, wasn't very cheesy, and that's fairly important within the mac and cheese world. There are some mashed potatoes underneath that pizza, which were pretty thick, but with the gravy that was supplied, a decent side. The fried chicken in the back was not good, bit cool, bit flavorless. There was some cornbread, which was all right. Not a good slice of cornbread by any means. We do then venture into the desserts, which I got a little slice of chocolate cake, which was probably the best thing of the day. And I don't think it's prepared in-house. It looks like any chocolate cake I've gotten from really any banquet hall. Basically, it just looks like your basic chocolate cake, but it was good. Not even dry, which I was impressed about. And then I got a piece of chocolate fudge, which was a bit wet. So I didn't really eat all that, even though it's just fudge. I don't know why it would be leaking water. So that was concerning. Moving on now, as the time does, to January 3rd, which we just passed midnight. And it is International Mind Body Wellness Day. The only thing going on today is Mind Body Wellness Day, so I think I'm going to clear my head a bit and do some meditating. Now we're on January 4th. Few cool things today. First of all, great day, National Spaghetti Day. And as if my mom knew that today was National Spaghetti Day, she made me up some spaghetti and meatballs for dinner. We've also got National Trivia Day, which I am going to give you a trivia question, and you can try and answer it in the comments down below. What is the only country that has played Brazil in soccer that Brazil has never beaten? If you get it right, I don't know. Congratulations. We've also got World Braille Day. And I feel like I don't see Braille now that I'm not in school. You see it all the time in schools, especially I feel like my elementary school had Braille on every door. And now I feel like in the real world, you don't really see Braille as much. Or maybe I'm just not looking for it as much as I used to. We also have World Hypnotism Day, and I'm not about to get hypnotized. So, go do that if you would like, but that's not for me. And we have National Ribbon Skirt Day, which I looked up ribbon skirts a little bit. I'll show you a picture right here. Ribbon skirts are an indigenous garment representing resilience, survival, and identity. That was thanks to the Global News website. All right, today is National Bird Day, and I know that this isn't probably how it's supposed to be celebrated, but I'm celebrating it by eating some chicken. And I'm going to combine that with National Keto Day. Now, I have a list of a lot of foods that I'm supposed to be eating, if I'm going to follow a keto diet, even if it's just for a day. One, seafood, which I'll probably skip out on. Meat and poultry, we're going to do the chicken. Eggs, we'll do eggs and cheese, which is later on this list for my breakfast, which replaces something that's non-keto, which is a bagel. We have dairy, cheese, awesome. And cheddar is on the list of things to add, so I will have that as my cheese. You can have plain Greek yogurt and cottage cheese, which I'll probably skip out on. Cream and half. I don't really need cream or half and half in a normal diet. Unsweetened plant-based milk, so I can go for some almond milk. I might pick some up on my way to work. Have that with my salad. Green leafy vegetables, perfect. That's literally in a salad. Peppers, I'm gonna skip. Summer squash, gonna skip. Avocados, gonna skip. Most of the other veggies we don't really need to add. We've got it in the salad. Now we move on to other plant-based foods, which includes nuts and seeds. Now we have a list of different kinds of nuts, which includes almonds, pecans, and walnuts, which are all in, well, walnuts aren't in this, but they're in this Orchard Valley nut pack. And another thing on the list is dark chocolate or cocoa, which is in this nut bar with almonds, cashews, and pecans. So that's going to be my snack before going to bed tonight, which it's already the 5th, but my breakfast will be egg and cheese. Lunch will be a chicken salad. Well, that's basically dinner for me. That's basically my meals. And then I'll have some almond milk along the way. All right, so I could not find that individual almond milk anywhere, but I went down to Starbucks and got my drink with almond milk. And I got a cafe mocha with some whipped cream. Now you're thinking cafe mocha and whipped cream is not really a part of the keto diet, and you'd be right. But I also forgot that today is National Whipped Cream Day, so we had to step out of the keto diet just a bit, but everything else I've eaten today was inside the keto diet, I believe. So we move on to January 6th. 2 things today. First on, National Cuddle Up Day. I got no one to cuddle, so I'll just cuddle my pillow tonight when I go to bed. Also, National Bean Day. I don't know what kind of beans it's supposed to be, but I cooked up some baked beans. I'm going to have that, because why not? Also, if we were keeping up on dry January, it's been lost today on the 6th, and I feel like I have a good reason. A bar locally was doing a fundraiser for a local family that got hit by a tragedy. So I decided to go, have a couple drinks, donate to the fund. I feel like that's a good reason to lose dry January. It's also Epiphany today, which is a Catholic holiday. I believe it's in reference to the Three Kings, because it's also Three Kings Day. I really probably should know that because the amount of church I went to as a child, but that's fine. It is now January 7th, and there's 2 things on today. First of all, it is Orthodox Christmas. I believe it's only Greek and Russian. There might be other Orthodox groups out there, so Merry Christmas to all the Orthodox Christians. It is also Bobblehead Day. Now, that means I'm going to show off my one bobblehead, which is a David Ortiz bobblehead. And of course, you gotta let it shake for the bobblehead. Yep. Likes that swing. Look at that. Home run, most definitely. Happy National Bobblehead Day. So January 8th commemorates the Battle of New Orleans, which took place on this day in 1815 and was part of the War of 1812. Pitted Major General Sir Edward Pakenham from the British Army against Brevet Major General Andrew Jackson of the U.S. Army, who is a future president. So most probably a U.S. victory in that, just based on who is involved. Briefly looking at the casualty numbers, definitely a U.S. victory there. Very limited deaths and also very limited wounded for the U.S. and hundreds of killed and thousands injured for the British. Normally not the best combination when you're in a battle. Today is also World Typing Day, which is about as exciting as it sounds. It was created in Malaysia in 2011 to encourage people to express themselves via written communication. Yeah, not much more with World Typing Day. I didn't expect too much from that kind of day. Our last thing is National Bubble Bath Day. And after shoveling yesterday, I will happily take a bubble bath. This day encourages one to indulge in self-care activities and a moment of solitude amid the daily chaos and hustle while enjoying the soothing experience of being soaked in warm bubbles. Now it is my day off today, so I can do this. The origins of National Bubble Bath Day are disputed, but some say it started all the way in the 1960s, which is impressive. That's pretty cool. I will not show me taking a bubble bath. You can, I guess, picture that if you would like. That can be left up to your imagination. But I learned a couple things today. Some not exciting. Some pretty cool. So the only thing on the 9th is Law Enforcement Appreciation Day, which was founded in, I believe I read 2015, to show appreciation towards law enforcement. One of the things that you can do to celebrate, it says, is to wear blue, which I have a vaguely blue shirt on. But if I go out today, I'll switch into something bluer to help celebrate the holiday. So the 10th is Houseplant Appreciation Day. And my parents aren't big on houseplants, and I'm not big on houseplants. So I've got no houseplants to go appreciate, which makes today kind of pointless. Now the 11th is a day I'm very excited for. It is National Milk Day. So of course I have with me a glass of milk. I'm not having it alone though. I have paired it with a chocolate peanut butter dessert thing that a family friend has brought by. But I'm very excited about National Milk Day. This is something that if I knew when I was a kid, I'd have more milk than I already did. Delicious stuff. Today is also National Clean Off Your Desk Day, and my desk currently has a computer, a monitor, a keyboard, and a mouse. Nothing to really be cleaned off of it. I try and keep absolutely nothing on that desk because I don't want it to mess with the PC. Easiest way of not having to clean up the PC is not making it dirty all the time. It is also National Human Trafficking Awareness Day, and for that you can wear blue to spread the awareness of stopping human trafficking. I was hoping that they would have more stats on this on the website. It's like an official government website that has it. It just says to wear blue. So I was wearing my blue winter jacket around while I was out and at work today to spread awareness, I guess. I don't think it really does much. I was hoping it'd have some kind of statistics where I could talk about it. But yeah, just don't traffic humans. All right, it is now National Pharmacist Day, which I looked it up. They have no origin, no background, no origination from National Pharmacist Day. The only way to celebrate is to thank your normal pharmacist, which I don't really have. So that's a kind of pass on that one, I guess. It's also National Marzipan Day, which I was excited to try because it looked really difficult to make. Not necessarily difficult, but ingredients that I don't necessarily have. Now, I went to 2 grocery stores and Target, which has some grocery stuff depending on where you are, and none of them had it. So it's a pass on marzipan, unfortunately, but it looked interesting. It looked like a food I would want to eat. It is also National Curried Chicken Day, which is very cool. I have never really had curried chicken, maybe once or twice, but it's a rare thing for me. So I went and instead of cooking it, which was my original plan, since I have no clue how it's supposed to come out, I've decided to order from a local Indian restaurant to get more how it's supposed to taste. Chicken tikka masala and a garlic naan bread to go with it. I'm pretty sure chicken tikka masala is technically an English dish, because I think it was invented in Scotland. I might be wrong on that one, but I'm pretty sure that's true. And I have some chicken tikka masala and garlic naan for Curried Chicken Day. Now that is our nice garlic naan. And this is our chicken tikka masala. It looks great. It smells absolutely delicious. And let me tell you, after eating this, my goodness, have I been sleeping on curried chicken. Chicken tikka masala is an incredible dish with great flavors. We'll definitely be having it again in the future. So the 13th, we start with National Gluten-Free Day. So I had one meal today, which is this Chipotle bowl with carnitas, rice, cheese, queso, some more cheese, and some salsa. I looked it up. Their chips are also gluten-free. That might be a dumb thing to say, but I don't really understand gluten very well. So that was the only thing I had to eat today. So I went gluten-free. It's also Korean American Day. And I was going to get some Korean barbecue, but there's nothing that delivers anywhere in my area for Korean. There's some hibachi stuff, but that's more Japanese. Well, it is Japanese. So it doesn't really count for the Korean stuff. It's also Stephen Foster Memorial Day. And Stephen Foster was born in 1826 in Pennsylvania and died in 1864, and he is listed as the first American full-time songwriter. He's a singer-songwriter. So it is his Memorial Day. Now, the 14th, we move on. Today is National Dress Up Your Pet Day, and I don't have a pet, so we can skip right over that one. It is also World Logic Day, and considering I have to work on Sundays, I think I will use enough logic in the day to cover myself for World Logic Day. So we're on to the 15th, which is a lot of things today, but most importantly, it's Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which is a national holiday, and for me in school, it was always a day that I didn't go to school. But as I grew up and seeing a lot of what's going on in the world, and especially this country, I wanted to read a bit of an excerpt from his most famous speech, the I Have a Dream speech, as it is still very relevant today, as what he was pushing for in progress in this country is still things that we can work on and work towards. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. Now, I think that's a very important message. It's a small excerpt and not the beginning. Something that I always had thought was that the I Have a Dream speech started with that, but there is plenty before that and plenty after. If you would like to go read it yourself, please feel free, or listen to it. I'm sure there must be an audio recording of this somewhere on the internet, free of charge, as it is a very important speech in the history of the U.S. We also have Civil Rights Day today, which is pretty much, to me, very much the meaning of MLK Day. It's Idaho Human Rights Day, so big up Idaho for making Human Rights Day a thing. It's Army Day, which I looked it up, and the Department of Defense seems to think that it's not in January, so I don't know where this website got that information from, because it doesn't have any details about Army Day. It is National Hat Day, which I am pretty much always wearing a hat in my YouTube videos, so I celebrated it like I normally do, I guess, wearing a hat. It's National Bagel Day. As I've mentioned multiple times in this video, I believe I have a bagel with peanut butter as breakfast most mornings, and I did that today as well. Now, tomorrow is National Nothing Day. And there's not much to do with it. It's created in 1972 and was a day to do nothing after the long holiday season of November and December, and including early January. So yeah, I get to do nothing tomorrow. So Museum Selfie Day. I've picked probably the coolest museum in Western Massachusetts, which is really easy for me to get to, which is the Basketball Hall of Fame, for me to go take my selfie. Don't really have the time to go inside, so it's just me outside the Hall of Fame, because I work today, so it's just kind of a drive by it, selfie, out kind of thing. It's also Benjamin Franklin Day. I mean, he's on the $100 bill, and if it was lightning outside, maybe I'd go fly a kite, but I didn't quite get that opportunity as the weather was not right for it. I mean, he was born in 1706 and died in 1790, and is a very integral part in the American Revolution and the politics of early America. It's a cool guy. It's also Guru Gobind Singh Jayanti, which is the largest festival of Punjab. Guru Gobind Singh Jayanti is the birth anniversary of Guru Gobind Singh, the last and the 10th human guru of the Sikhs. So that's something that I did not know. So that's cool. Learned something new today. National Thesaurus Day. So instead of like and subscribe, today I will tell you to admire and sign up to the channel. Alright, it is Confederate Heroes Day and also Robert E. Lee's birthday, which is probably why it's Confederate Heroes Day. Kind of nuts to me that we put Confederate Heroes Day a couple days after Martin Luther King Jr. Day. But hey, not going to do anything to really celebrate this day other than remind you that the North won the war, and there's probably a good reason for that. It's also National Popcorn Day. So I have my bag of Skinny Pop here, which I'm going to enjoy while I edit some videos. Today is National DJ Day, so I'll use this to shout out some of my favorite DJs, two of which I have gone to concerts for before. I have been to a Steve Aoki concert twice, I believe now. I've enjoyed both of them, a lot of fun, great energy, good crowd interaction. The other is Two Friends, so I guess it's 3 DJs because there's 2 people in this DJ group. Two Friends is a great group, and listening to them since early in my college days, years ago now, which is terrifying to say. But those are definitely the 2 favorites. And one person that I've been watching on YouTube for a long time, Vicstar123, has recently started his DJing career. And from what I've heard so far, the music is pretty good, so hopefully he continues that into the future. We also have National Cheese Lovers Day, and for today, I of course have a slice of cheese, cheddar cheese. How else would you celebrate Cheese Lovers Day without some cheese? It is also World Religion Day, and I think with all that's going on in the world, it's important to remind people that we don't need to have conflict with other people, even though they have different religious beliefs than us. We're all on this earth, all through different experiences. Even if we have the same religion, we have different experiences than people. And that doesn't really matter. It's all about us being here together now. That's what's important, working together to make a better world, no matter the religion. It's also Penguin Awareness Day, which tells me penguins must be endangered, which is terrifying. They're such a cool animal. So be aware of your local penguins. Looking at you, Argentina, Chile. Be aware of those guys. My area doesn't really have penguins, so I can't really do much about it. But the places that do, keep them safe. Today is National Hugging Day, which was created in 1986 as a midway point between Christmas and Valentine's Day to show care and affection for loved ones. It is also World Snow Day, and we have a little bit of snow on the ground right now, but nothing really exciting, and no snow coming in today throughout the day either. So I guess the weather doesn't know that it's World Snow Day, at least in my part of the world. It is National Squirrel Appreciation Day. And yesterday was penguin, today's squirrel. I can't imagine squirrels are endangered. I don't know why we need to appreciate them so much, but it's their day. So if you see one, I don't know, give it a high five or something. Today is Celebration of Life Day. And now this website doesn't give me an actual link to what this is about, but I'll make it about something anyway. There are so many people that you indirectly affect on any given day. So try and make one of those lives just a little bit better. And then you'll have a good day. And they'll have a good day. And everyone will be a little bit better. It's also National Blonde Brownie Day. So I made some. I've never made blonde brownies before. And frankly, I've never really eaten blonde brownies before. But my batch came out pretty good. I like it. It was definitely nicer when they were fresh out of the oven. But hey, it's a nice dessert. Why not celebrate a day about a dessert with that dessert? And it is about to be International Integrative Health Day. I have no clue what this is. Something about healing through many different kinds of medicines, I think. I don't need that, so we're moving on. It is Tu B'Shvat, which is a Jewish holiday for the New Year of the Trees. Pretty cool. I didn't know this holiday existed, but a cool one to have on the calendar. It's also National Compliment Day. So you guys are awesome. Whatever you put your mind to, I'm sure you'll be able to do it in great ways. It's also National Peanut Butter Day, which has me very excited because my normal breakfast is peanut butter or bagel. So I have that. Even though it's like midnight right now, it's not really breakfast, but if I didn't tell you that, you wouldn't have known. I also have a little Reese's cup to enjoy for National Peanut Butter Day. It's also International Day of Education, which is an important day. Education's really important. I wouldn't be where I am now without the education that I got. And I would encourage everybody to go out and learn something today. Whether it's, reading something nonfiction, watching the news, anything that's going to teach you something. It's always handy to learn something new. Moving on, I was a little late on today, so we're on to Opposite Day. This is such a pointless thing. I hate this. I always hated it in school. So useless. Moving on. It's the Mahayana New Year. So Mahayana is a branch, I guess, of Buddhism, and it is their New Year. So Happy New Year to all of those people who celebrate that religion. It's also National Irish Coffee Day, which for me is one of my only reasons that I actually drink coffee. So I put it in my nice Guinness mug here. And I will always enjoy an Irish coffee. Those are so nice. Probably the best way to drink a coffee, realistically. It is National Spouses Day. And as I don't have a spouse, I think I can safely skip that one. There's not much to celebrate as a single person. It's also National Fun at Work Day. And since Friday for me is my hump day, it's my Wednesday in my week, I don't know how much fun I will have, but I guess I will go into it with an open mind and see if I can enjoy the day just a little bit more than normal. It's also National Green Juice Day, so I'm wearing my green Ireland Notre Dame shirt to celebrate, as well as I have this Matcha Fuel 100% plant-based shake, based with almond milk as well. Now, I was worried that I was going to have some kale or like spinach shake, and it was rather terrifying. But I found matcha, which I actually don't really think I've ever had before, but I know it's very popular, and people enjoy the taste of it. So I'm hoping that this shake is good. It's also International Customs Day. So for customs officials, so if you know a customs official or if you're traveling internationally, I don't know, be kind to your customs official. This one, I looked it up. It just seems kind of odd. There's more information on this than I was expecting, and yet none of it is very useful or helpful to tell me anything other than the fact that it was made in Belgium years ago, and like 13 countries agreed that this is a day that's going to happen, and then it expanded from there. So it's an internationally recognized day for customs officials, so that's cool. It's also National Peanut Brittle Day. Now, I couldn't find peanut brittle because it's not the holiday season, and people don't sell peanut brittle regularly, at least not in my part of the country, outside of the holidays. I would then transfer to maybe I'll make some peanut brittle. Can't be that difficult. Peanut and sugar. I don't have a candy thermometer or sugar thermometer. They use some term for a type of thermometer that I didn't know existed and I don't own. So I have a nut bar which has, nuts and chocolate. So chocolate's a sugar thing. It's the closest thing I've got to peanut brittle, which is rather unfortunate. But now I'll try the shake. It's rather concerning that it says take a deep breath on it before you have to drink it. That's not a warning that I want from anything I'm about to consume. But it also says let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. Cool. That's really nice. It's kind of like it's a shake. It's definitely a shake. You can taste the almond. The matcha is good though. Kind of tastes like chocolate if you took out the chocolate. Like, I know that's a really dumb thing to say, but hear me out. You have a chocolate shake and you just dial back the flavor of the chocolate. That's this. It's not as blunt. It's not as in your face. It's a more subtle flavor. And I like it. It's not a big thing. I already got through like a quarter of this. I will enjoy this. This is not bad. I am very glad I didn't have to get some kale thing, because that would have been awful. It's Holocaust Remembrance Day. And that's an important thing to remember, realistically, any day of the year. But that was over 60 years ago now, and I think it's important to also turn our heads to things going on in the current world and try and think about why we remember the Holocaust. It's because we were going after an entire race of people. The Germans were trying to eliminate Jewish people out of their country, out of this world. And there are similar things going on today. So I think it's an important day to look out into the world and challenge people to not do that again. It would have been great if the Holocaust was the last of the genocides, but we've had more, and that's not good. On a lighter note, it is also National Chocolate Cake Day. And holy cow, look at this slice of chocolate cake from Uno's. Very excited to have some of this. I was told it was good, too, by the person I picked it up from. And that does not disappoint. But holy cow, it's big. No way I'm eating that in one sitting. But I will enjoy some of this later as well. National Daisy Day, and instead of doing anything with the flower like I'm pretty sure it's meant to be, we're going to play some Mario Kart Wii, which I can't really record because I don't have a way to record my Wii, but I'm going to play as Daisy in a circuit and, most likely win that because playing against a computer is real simple. It's also National Lego Day, and all of my Lego stuff is buried up somewhere in my attic, so I'll reminisce on my Xbox One with some Star Wars Lego. Even though I didn't really like this game that much, I posted a bunch of it on my channel already. But I preferred the older versions to this one. National Kansas Day. Now, I'm fairly certain this is going to be about the state of Kansas, and I'm not going to Kansas today. But I will listen to the band Kansas and the song Carry On My Wayward Son. That is how I will celebrate National Kansas Day. National Puzzle Day. I'm not a big normal puzzle guy, but I really like solitaire. So I'll play myself a game of solitaire on my phone. I always play the daily challenges, so I'll do that on the solitaire app to do my puzzling. It's also National Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day. And I just gotta ask why. It's an inanimate object, first of all. That is a very odd thing to have an appreciation day for. I mean, I appreciate it, I guess. It helps me pack things for shipping and keeps items that I purchase online safe. But I really didn't think it would need an appreciation day. But yet, it's here. So appreciate it. And I think the best way to do that is by popping the bubbles in the bubble wrap, because that's definitely what it wants you to do. So if you have some, go and do that. I don't have any because I pop it when I get it and when it arrives. That's what you do with it. That's the only point, is to pop it. So I don't have any left over. But if you have some, go and pop it. Tell it that you appreciate the bubble wrap today.
It is National Croissant Day, so we went to the
restaurant of all restaurants in New England, and that is Dunkin' Donuts. Now they are out of croissants. So that's a bust. Gotta try and find a croissant, I guess, some other way. Another day, another trip back to Dunkin' Donuts. This time for National Hot Chocolate Day, which is a very exciting day. I'm an avid enjoyer of hot chocolate, and will never pass up a chance to have some hot chocolate. Always good. It's also National Backwards Day, so I've got my hat on backwards like I normally do, but today it's for the holiday. Now that wraps up January and all of the celebrations in the month. I hope you've enjoyed and maybe joined along for some of these as well. Let me know your thoughts on this new series and what you're excited for coming in February. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.